Are you thinking of buying your first home? It's a big step, and it might seem overwhelming at times, but through this video, we have you covered.
We'll answer the most frequently asked questions, so before you sign on the dotted line, make sure to watch this video.
We're Jose Castillo and Claudia Pardo from the Castillo Pardo Group in Toronto.
And we have helped hundreds of buyers before to buy their first home, and we're ready to help you buy your first home too. One of the main questions that we regularly get asked is how much or what should I budget in when I buy my first home?
There are several things that affect the budget, but the most important ones would be how much you have saved up for your deposit and the closing costs, and how much you're going to be pre-approved for your mortgage. In the closing costs, you have to keep in mind that you have to pay land transfer tax, and especially in Toronto, you have to pay the provincial and municipal. You also have to pay lawyer fees. You also have to keep in mind the title insurance. And if you're doing an appraisal, which is normally what the banks do, you have to budget for the appraisal fee as well.
And if you put in less than 20% down payment, then you might have to pay for mortgage insurance.
But in the mortgage insurance, you have it built into your mortgage, and you're only going to be paying the HST component at the time of closing.
In order to make homeownership more affordable, first-time home buyers have some rebates and incentives, and it's good for you to take a look at this from time to time because the terms can vary.
If you would be interested in knowing what the rebates and incentives are available for you now, please be sure to reach out and we'll run the numbers for you.
Another question that we get asked is, what is important in terms of location?
Location is really big in real estate, but in your purchase, you have to see what's important for you. Many people focus on being close to transportation, having good accessibility to parks, having amenities in the neighborhood, and then you can decide, do you want to be in a condo or do you want to be in a house, depending on what you're looking for. Are you looking for a pool, a gym, having a concierge, not worrying about maintaining the property? Or do you want a backyard? Do you want a basement? Do you want enough space for your family? So these would be variables that you would want to consider when choosing a home.
So for example, when we moved to our first home in Toronto, what was important for us was to be central, be close to transportation, and be walking distance to all the amenities.
Which brings us to the next question. Should I buy a condo? Should I buy a house? Like, how do I decide what property I'm going to buy?
I think it relates a lot with what we said before. What is important to you? And what is also important in terms of budget? Because a house and a condo in Toronto can vary significantly in terms of a price. So if you're deciding on a condo, I feel that you are deciding on a lifestyle that doesn't require for you to get so much involvement into maintaining the property. Whereas in a house, you will have to take care of the property or be more involved with that maintenance, like removing the leaves or clearing the snow, or taking care of systems in the house that in a condo you don't have to take care of.
And I think you have to consider as well that if you're in a condo, then there's condo fees that are probably going to affect your budget and also are going to be an additional monthly cost.
However, those condo fees are also related to you having access to amenities like a gym. So you don't have to pay for a membership in a gym separately. If you live in a house, that will be the case. But in a condo, you have the gym there. Some condos also offer swimming pool, sauna, lounges, and areas for you to entertain and to have your family and friends. And you don't have to pretty much use your property as a whole to conduct these activities.
But then again, like being in a condo, you have less privacy, and also you have some challenges in regards to space. So being in a house gives you the flexibility of being a bit more independent, having more space for a growing family or for planning towards what you need in the future. So keep this in mind when you're deciding.
So that's important to think about what will your 5 to 10 year plan look like, and you can also decide based on that. Another question we get asked is, as a first-time home buyer, should I buy a property that requires renovations or updates, or that should just stay away from them?
As homes in Toronto are a bit older, many of them being 50, 70, 100 years old, we would recommend steering away from them if you don't have the expertise or the financial means, and focusing on properties that are more move-in ready.
And if we were thinking about doing renovations or updates in a condo market, you need to consider that many of the plans that you have for the condo, for example, might not be able to be carried out because you're limited by what the condo board approves or not. So the big question, how long does this process take?
So basically it comes down to what your experience is in real estate. If there's a bigger learning curve for you, it might take a bit longer. If you're very clear about what areas or what type of property you're looking for, it would ease the process. So in our case, we've had situations in which somebody buys within a month. We've had situations in which people are casually looking and they take up to a year to be able to buy. So it's just going to depend on what are your expectations, how much of a budget do you have and how challenging is that budget, and what type of property is available on a recurrent basis for what you're looking for. So it varies, but normally I would say between 1 to 3 months would be a normal time period.
Buying your first home is a very important moment for you. So don't rush into it and make sure to work with a professional that provides the right guidance and information.
And if you have any other questions, we have a complete buyer's guide that you can access through the link below. So be sure to reach out if you have any further questions. We'll be happy to help. Thank you so much for watching this video.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
We'll see you later.